Welcome to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. My name is Tim Murray, President and CEO of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce. And Chamber Exchange, a TV show, is an opportunity for us to bring on our chamber member businesses and guests to talk about their business or issues of economic development here in Worcester and central Massachusetts. I want to thank our sponsors who help make the show happen, which is Bank Hometown and St. Vincent Hospital. Very happy to have with us on our first segment, Michael Belanger, who is the owner of Bio One Worcester. Michael, welcome.
Thank you, Tim, for having me.
One of the really neat things about working at the Worcester Regional Chamber that I know myself and our team of 12 plus employees enjoy is we get to work with like a whole range of companies with 2,100 members, different sectors, different size companies. You get to realize like the breadth and diversity of the types of businesses that are out there, and Bio One Worcester is certainly one of them. And so maybe you could just give a little overview of what Bio One does, and we can talk a little bit more about it.
Oh, sure. Well, we're one of the leaders in crime scene decontamination services across Massachusetts. Our mission is to deliver immediate, compassionate services with an understanding that people have this need, and dealing with trauma, we want to make sure that we can help them out as best as we possibly can.
Right. And that's kind of one of the areas that you provide. But there's a range when the crime scene situations, but there are also health situations. Unfortunately, we read and listen to the news, situations where people pass away, maybe not found for a period of time, and the first responders come, but at that point, to reuse the property or to clean it up, or an apartment, you need somebody with a level of expertise and understanding and sensitivity to kind of come in and address that situation in a safe way.
Yeah, and that's when they call us. We cover a variety of services, anything from feces to fentanyl, hoarding, urine, blood work, anything that is needed to get those folks back on their feet. Yeah.
And then, the city of Worcester, I think, 35,000 units of housing, some older housing stock. The issue of hoarding is something you hear about. There are even TV shows about it that people. Those got to be tricky situations, right? You've got maybe family members, a property owner who discovers this situation that's not only unsafe for the individual living there who might be the hoarder, but unsafe for first responders, firefighters, etc. So they're not an easy thing to deal with, but that's what you help try to do.
Correct. We try to make sure that we take care and the compassion in every customer that we deal with. Even at the level, if it's not family member and a property management company calls and says that there's an issue, we like to work with them directly. We like to walk them through, because every person is going through their trauma differently. And what we want to do is we want to walk them through what needs to be done and help them along the way to make sure that they feel comfortable.
Yeah. And the other element of both, whether it's the crime scene situations or someone has passed away and been in an apartment or a house for a period of time, people who have health conditions and there's medical waste, those are all a level of specialty and kind of protective measures that need to be taken?
Yes, absolutely.
And you're trained in that area?
Yes. We also work with the Department of Public Health to make sure that, and waste disposal management, to make sure that as we clean up these areas, that we are also properly disposing them in a way that will be guided by the state of Massachusetts.
Yeah. And people might ask, in some of those situations, is this out of pocket? Does my homeowners or my commercial insurance cover this type of thing? I'm sure you get a lot of those questions, and people say, I don't know, I haven't looked at my policy in fine detail and read all the fine print. Is that a service you provide or answers you can give?
Yeah, that's a great question and a common question that comes. Depending on the situation, we have insurance reps through Bio One that will work directly with the insurance companies to see what their policy can cover and get them taken care of. In the event that insurance is not brought in, we do have payment plans, because then it will come out of the pocket of that customer, but we have a very good payment plan so we can take that worry off them so they can focus on what's more important and bringing themselves back on their feet.
Right, right. And we were talking before the show started, so Bio One is a franchise, and you essentially have the Central Mass, kind of Western Mass area.
Yes. Being a Worcester native, I focused on Worcester County because it's where I grew up and I want to give back to the community. And, you know, yes, we do also cover Central Massachusetts, and we'll go as far as Western Massachusetts. I collaborate with one of the owners who also covers Boston and Providence as well, and he's working his way over to the Cape, so we can get everybody covered in Massachusetts.
Right, right. And then a couple of the other areas that you mentioned that the Bio One works on is, you know, again, it impacts people in a variety of different ways and families. You read about it, you know, the ravages of addiction, a lot of that around fentanyl, which can be lethal to touch.
Yep.
So there are situations where someone may have overdosed, or there may be drug paraphernalia in and around. You'll come in and help, excuse me, address that situation.
Yes, absolutely.
I think I need a little water
That's
during the break.
I know, ditto. Yes, I did get my fentanyl certification. So that way, if first responders do need us to come in to help with that, we do help with that. And again, you know, we're going to cover every area necessary to get these folks back up and running. And it just depends on, each situation is different. You know, mental health and trauma it's a thing. So we want to make sure that we help them through that.
Yeah, and that's an actual certification, huh?
Yep.
By the state, or is it?
Mine was, I received mine in Virginia, and I'm a Navy veteran.
Yes.
So that was.
I was going to mention that at the end. Veteran-owned business, all the more reason to support you.
Yeah, it was very highly recommended. So I went down to Virginia and I got that certification, which is covered up here in Massachusetts.
That's great. That's great. And then the last couple pieces of police, fire departments, ambulance. There are certain companies that drive seniors or people with health care issues. There may be incidents or situations that come up in those vehicles. You also do vehicle decontamination as well.
Oh yes, yes. We work with first responders. We'll work with anybody in the community, the residents, community housing authority, public apartment health. I mean, it just goes on. Our senior centers. Right. It just goes on and on. But yeah, emergency decontamination vehicles. Not enough coffee. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that we definitely, we've signed up with Shrewsbury Police Department, so that way if they have a need for booking rooms, cells, and vehicle decontamination, we could take care of that as well. Right.
And then sometimes people wonder why they might have strange odors in their home or business. That could be any number of reasons. You have some experience in detecting and addressing that as well.
Yes, we go in, we find the smell, find the source, we decontaminate it, and get it back up to normal so people can have healthier breathing.
Good. Well, Mike, we want to give you a chance if people want to learn more. Is there a website? How can they get in touch with you? There may be property management owner companies out there that want that relationship. How can people get in touch with you?
Well, we have a website, and it's called bio1worcester.com. And you can feel free to reach out to call me or submit a form or shoot me an email at mike@bio1worcester.com. And one thing I'm very proud about saying is when you call me, you'll get me. Yeah. No automated systems here. We want to talk to the people.
That's right. That's right. Starts with good customer service.
Absolutely.
All right. Michael Belanger, owner of Bio One Worcester, Navy veteran, veteran-owned business, former educator. Thanks for sharing with us and the listeners about the range of services that you provide to people and businesses in difficult situations.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.